They are violating probably the copyrights and the trademarks of the church, and whatever it is that they are practicing is not Scientology.
I think the cynic would say that Hubbard's biggest problem with squirrels is just lost income.
Reporter Tony Ortega, who's been covering Scientology for more than 20 years, is considered by the church to be, quote, a bigot and a paid anti-Scientologist. He says Scientology feels threatened by both critics and former members who still use the church's so-called tech.
If people are doing Scientology outside of the church itself, he's not getting their money. But also, I think it's just a way of controlling the people you have.
I told you to put you on notice, and you heard me. Do not point your cameras at my house or my neighbor's house.
Their goal was to get me to say life's too short, it's not worth this, and fold up my tent and go away.
Didn't happen.
No, it didn't happen.
If the Squirrel Busters were trying to provoke Marty Rathbun, they sometimes succeeded.
You can't do that, Marty. That's my personal property, Marty.
They put together this video of some of their best of moments.
Sit down and do an interview, Marty. Jesus.
Rathbun's wife, Monique, finally had enough, and she sued the church.
He's pretty upset.
Is he?
Yeah, because he feels like you're harassing his wife and his family.
Okay.
In a legal filing, she alleged that the couple had been subjected to 4 years of constant surveillance and harassment.
What's going on?
Oh, we're just doing a documentary.
Documentary on?
Former Scientology deal.
After a while, when they keep up with it, you got to go, what kind of mindset is behind people doing this kind of thing? What else are they capable of?
Scientology called the lawsuit nothing more than a pathetic get-rich scheme and an attempt to extort money from the church.
Like right here.
But then, a surprise.
What is that thing?
Marty began to isolate himself. You know, something happened.
He says Rathbun's blog suddenly changed direction.
At one point, Marty Rathbun's blog was the single biggest challenge to David Miscavige and the existence of the Church of Scientology. A year later, there's not a word criticizing David Miscavige.
Rathbun was now attacking the anti-Scientology movement, calling it a cult of its own, more zealous and coercive than anything it accuses Scientology of. Telling ABC News that his former compadres were cultivating a vicious victim complex and operating a lucrative cottage industry that he wants to avoid. And then, last January, the Rathbun lawsuit was dropped.
It was stunning. I mean, you know, it's bizarre.
The church was as surprised as anybody else when the lawsuit was dismissed.
In court filings, Rathbun's wife said the suit was dropped only because she lacked the resources, the time, and the motivation to litigate against Scientology's army of lawyers. This week, Marty Rathbun declined our request for an interview.
It's about as much of a 180 as you're going to see.